Tusk, some good shards and snowball. Maybe they can get some good gangs on Invoker, but I mean, Warlock is not that mobile though.
I wonder though, consider the value of the Terrorblade. This is something that obviously Vega have a lot of value for. I mean, now even picking it up in the first phase, there's got to be a little bit of excitement, especially if you're a Vega fan, that they get this hero finally in their hands. So I'm hoping to see a big performance by him because I've only been hearing a lot about it. And I'm also anxious to see the Matama Man safe lane Void. As Cap was saying, we've been seeing a couple of Eastern teams pick it up. We got to personally witness like Team NP go for it. They didn't find too much success. But Matama Man here, what do you think? Do you think that this could be a successful Faceless Void safe lane game? And what does make a successful safe lane game for Faceless Void?
I guess a free farming on a lane.
I mean, that's always great.
That's amazing. Like, this is a whole.
But, he's just got all those great tools like Time Walk. So any sort of offense the opposing offlaner puts on, he just shrugs it off.
Yeah, they don't have much to control it besides tanking and Tusk, but that's pretty much it. They can make some good Sunstrike combos, Vacuum combo with Chronosphere, but that's pretty much it. I don't see anything else than that. It could have been any other hero, though.
We'll see, though, if that case does change. Maybe later on, we will see the true reason why a Faceless Void had to be the pick here now. Early head start as Seoma, just like we saw in the previous series, is going to be, giving a little bit of extra loving with G in the mid lane, helping him out a bit to ensure that mid lane. Miracle on his very famous Invoker here. Invoker in 7.06 has been a bit, suspect by a lot. People not thinking it's going to be as hot of a pickup as it used to be, but if Miracle can find his way through the early part of this game, he could develop into quite the beast later on in this Invoker.
Yeah, he's known for his Invoker plays. I think this game Invoker will do good. There's not much to shut him down. He doesn't feel that much threatened from Tusk.
We have the Metamorph out as they try to bump back Mind Control as much as possible, but this Darkseer has been able to get already those first few levels. And he's short on mana now, but he'll typically have that sprint, or surge rather, to be able to bail away from potential trouble. The problem is that you don't have that shrine to kind of fall back on anymore.
Shrine, though.
And there's a ward there too, actually.
Maybe he's going for a region rune.
Silence stalking him right now, and the rune is actually top to Invis. Mind Control. Oh god, Seoma's here too? He's just trying to find a way back to where he feels it's safe, and the support crew here from Vega are just stalking him, forcing him way out of the lane so his Terrorblade could just spread his full wings.
A nice reading from Mind Control, just juking that shards. Also interesting build on Afterlife Talk. We didn't mention it. He went for Sandstorm, level 1. Because they didn't have any sentries, so he got an extra level just from the creep wave.
Uh-oh, mid lane. Sunstrike actually connects, and GH helps set it up. Leads in with a good crush and helps get the smackdown there. GH will pick up the first blood for Liquid. Takedown on that Mirana.
Yeah, with the boots of speed on Invoker right now, he can just easily dodge those shards and arrows from Mirana. Mirana's gonna have a hard time. He went for Ring of Aquila. There's not gonna be a shrine for the next 2 minutes, so no region for it.
Seoma's gonna have to be parked here defensively for the Mirana, so it's become a little bit easier. But even then, with GH on the other side, it never feels that easy. GH does eat a little bit of harassment and has to run out the other way. But he had already made that impact that was necessary here. Checking out the last hit game right now. Terrorblade up at the top 20 with 11 denies to his name. And while G already got brought down, he's still hanging with Miracle as best as he can, and he's got a decent amount of denies to follow with it.
Yeah, G just using arrow for a range creep, so he can push out the wave, have the control of the lane as well, and get some extra gold from it.
Yeah, this is, I guess, a nice thing. It's going to chew through a bit of mana, but he gets the secured range creep takedown, and then can always just casually, throw the arrow out the side, maybe, and get the neutral camp nearby. It does spawn every minute now. Maybe there will be some jungle farming, flash farming potential for this Mirana later on. Do you suppose the build-up's generally still the same thing? Prioritize getting that Ags at some point so you can get the double starfall?
Yeah, definitely. They have a good setup once Sankin gets a Blink Dagger and with a Snowball. So I guess Aghanim Scepter should do fine.
They can get the heavy burst power.
Yeah, but maybe with an extra 3 damage. turn into damage dealer. I mean, the talents for Mirana allows you to be magic damage dealer or just right clicker.
Yeah.
Top lane.
Yeah, this Kuro potentially going to get trapped within these shards. Nice to set up from Sayoma, but he's going to go for the grave, TP out, and there's no way to stop him. The burrow already committed. He's going to be able to make it away. Vega still going to be searching for that first kill. Just kind of work with the full camp here and try to take that extra bit away from Tamaman if possible.
Yeah, with Tusk being on top lane, Darkseer can be alone on the bottom, just continue to farm up because they really can't kill him with just the Warlock and the Terrorblade. There's no stun.
Looks like Afterlife is going to be able to work with a good camp on the side here. He's got that early point in the Sandstorm as well, which we've been seeing lately. Burst through that, trying to get up towards that level 6. He's going to be the real initiator for his team. Could help amplify the team quite a bit. Later on, looking for heavies and rocks from the Vega side. Do bring a serious amount of team fight here. Obviously going to be just putting in mileage in this early game. The benefit of that Ion Shell, he can make an impact really anywhere. But pressure on mid lane now. Sayoma makes his return. They get the shard block, he turns the corner, and then he goes into the Ghost Walk, and it looks like no detections available to him, so fine.
When you're ganking an Invoker like that, you know, he has points and ultra skills, so he can invoke Ghost Walk. You need to be ready for that.
Sayoma, I would imagine, will be pocketing up some dust, a sentry on hand or something moving forward, if at least he plans on approaching Miracle again in the future. He'll take his leave and head up towards the top lane, but Liquid did have a pretty good ward down towards that shrine side of Vega, so they can always see those rotations between Sayoma heading to the top lane and back towards the mid again.
On top, Afterlife having the time of his life. Not Afterlife, but this life. He's being level 6 right now. Minute 6. What?
Good. I mean, he's been having this kind of one-on-one. Dazzle has been really the only babysitter in that top lane and can only offer so much to be able to zone out the opposing Sand King. Kuro's already dropped down a new ward to get that prolonged vision there. Even after the initial ward of the game. I mean, they value that vision a lot. So they'll be holding on to it.
Chrono is up right now, so we expect rotation maybe, even on the bottom lane, to get the Terrorblade with a Sunstrike combo.
Oh yeah.
Because Sand King is a full HP, they can't really take him down with Fused Raindrop, 7 sticks on Wand. Pretty impossible to kill.
Maybe even just an Ion Shell Faceless Void with Chrono Sunstrike's just good enough. Counterfight is just not going to quite be available for Vega. You know, they could have those TPs at the ready and maybe try to pull something out, but it's going to be a bit tough here. Mind Control getting zoned back quite a bit from Silent as they fight over this ult. The second he makes that move in for it, that's when GH looks to strike. He gets him with a crush in the Iron Shell, and it's going to be easy pickings there for Miracle to finish off with the Sunstrike. Mind Control heading out the other direction, getting burned a bit, but oh, he doesn't make it back inside. Silent actually gets the kill at the last moment here. Meanwhile, GH swinging it about, gets the takedown of the Terrorblade. Ends up losing his own life, but he's like, word.
Yeah, also Miracle died to Sand King and G.
He's actually all over the place. He's with Tamaman has rotated over to possibly pull out a bit of assistance here. He still has that Chrono. Afterlife steps in with a Burrow Strike, but now we're back even. 3-3. That takedown of the Miracle certainly helps things out for Vega. Or just to lose the Terrorblade in the bottom lane and get really nothing else from it.
That kill on Terrorblade is really big for GH. He got the XP before he died and also the gold.
He's going back in for more action. He's got a new Ion Shell. Cannot quite sidestep the crush. We'll be able to find a way to hide out back behind the tower. The support staff now rotating back over here. Afterlife 2. To get the approach onto Liquid here. And Tumbleman is also around. In fact, he's looking to hide within the trees. This is his attempted plan at getting that first Chrono out. They'll see Dazzle at the top lane, but I imagine communication should be there for Vega to let them know that this Faceless Void is missing at the moment.
He's missing. Level 7 Void. What is he gonna go for? Seems like Lincoln Sphere maybe? There's the Chrono.
Oh! He gets up, he gets a nice convenient bash, but the snowball was there! He does manage to still get a forgiving catch on that chrono, but it's going to be a bit too late. Get some good smacks. The Sunstrike is going to be not there in time because he happened to burrow on forward, and the Sunder comes out from his ally in need. They are going to be able to get the finish on Sayoma. It looks like GH looking to run the other direction, but G's rotated over, and he's hoping to get a piece of that, and he will. Actually, he's going to be Afterlife, of course, picking it up, but these two teams continue to play super scrappy here, especially in that bottom lane.
Team Vega, what jukes.
Yeah,
that snowball. He can actually go through...
Snowballs don't care about time, apparently.
Yeah,
frozen in time or not, the ball is frozen. Therefore, signs don't matter.
Approaching mid, there is the dust right.
Yes, they do, and they pop it right away, and here comes the follow-up. Sayoma actually gets it. They even decided to commit the burrow. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication, but everything they have in their tool belt to get that miracle kill. Not sure what maybe Liquid could do to take advantage of this window of time while his ultis are down, but it's a decent head start for Vega at the moment. 6-4, a double takedown from Invoker.
Yeah, and just delaying that Midas from Invoker means a lot to them. I mean, Invoker is that kind of a hero that's still gonna get 18, 19 minutes agonyms, even if he's in a bad position, which is also great. But the thing is, I'm afraid of Slaughter's item build. I mean, he is 2k gold away from Blink Daggers.
Yeah, it is going to be quite the bit of time before GH is going to be able to secure that Blink unless Liquid can move forward with some tier 1 takedowns or get some additional scrappy fights going their way. But it looks like trying to push the objective at hand here is going to be Vega. It's suddenly going to be Aloha Dance who shows up to the mid lane and pops out that Metamorphosis to get the flow to work on this tier 1. Don't see anything from Liquid at the moment. Stop him. The Tumble Man is currently hanging out that top lane. Chrono is not available at the moment. And Liquid are just forced to kind of eyeball the situation, but they really don't offer any offense right now.
Yeah, when the Chrono is on cooldown, they really can't team fight against Vega. Also, one thing that Mirana received as well is, I mean, kind of a plus as well. Leap, you get more bonus attack speed, but it lasts less time. Maybe for a pushing, especially with Terrorblade, it's good.
That's true. Okay. Oh my god, he actually almost self-juked himself into that Sunstrike, but does manage to make it out. He gets the Moonlight Shadow to help, and the Crush is also not there. G is just rushing around trying to figure out what the hell actually happened. And Vega continuing with the jukes. Sidestep that trouble. And this precious potential kills that could have been there for Miracle. You know, we were talking about earlier the Chrono Sunstrike that was supposed to be there but wasn't, and now another Sunstrike kill attempt. Not going to be there, and GH is looking to commit in deep. Silence nearby. There goes the Epi. It's going to come out. The Rock's going to be on top, and here comes Sayoma. It's a Vega fight, folks, right behind the tier 1. And they make clean and easy work of those two Liquid members.
Sanking using that fog amazingly. Also good setup from Warlock as well. Follow up. Tusk being level 6. I'm wondering when he's gonna start to level up the Sigil.
Sigil definitely has its place in this game, but I guess he figures he's doing more of a ganking impact. Sigil will always have some good value throughout this game, definitely in the later part.
Look at the positioning from G.
He is behind the tower, still hiding in the dark, and suddenly he shows up. They're going to do the burrow, they're going to do the arrow. He should be able to get the Starfall. And that will be the kill. He picks that one up and will leap away from the rotation coming in. But there's Curl on the other side, and he pops G with a poison. Follow-up could be there. Sayoma. Long ball shards to fend them off, but it's not going to be good enough. Snowball's there, but they got G under that Chrono, and they'll finish him off with a Sunstrike. Now it is Vega, maybe looking for a bit of redemption. Shards, Burrow can't quite catch GH. He's able to double back the other direction, but here comes Aloha Dance. He's got the Metamorph. And Liquid decide to withdraw at that moment. So Vega will quickly take the rest of that Metamorph up to the top lane, finish that tier 1.
Do they have enough? Yes, they do. Well, the thing is, Liquid can't fight when Chrono is on cooldown.
Bottom lane, they got silent, it looks like. Just a quick solo pick for Miracle. Anyways, as you were.
As I was saying, they can't fight when Chrono is on cooldown, so what is the timing of Slardar, man? Again, the 2k gold away from that Blink Dagger.
He's like always around for the action. And unfortunately, he finds himself dying about half the time, and then not able to kind of participate. When he is able to participate, he's back on the grind, so it's a bit of a back and forth fight right now for GH on that Blink. Mind Control, though, has had a pretty good time, still grinding away some kill farms with the bottom lane, so he's getting super close to that mech. I mean, and when you're going against this huge team fight of Vega when they're dishing out epicenters and rocks, if you're able to kind of shrug off a bit of that damage with a mech to survive, it's very, very useful.
The prize is mine.
Yeah, but Vega has a really nice burst, also combined. It's a level 4 Fatal Bonds on Warlock. Once SK gets his Blink Dagger up, plus Starstorm, that's gonna be a lot of damage.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Imagine Agnes Starstorm with Fatal Bonds, plus the Sand King. Yeah, Vega have a serious amount of synergy. A lot of ridiculous team fight. The pressure's gonna be on Liquid for their team fight positioning. And either being the team to have a good counter fight and avoid the initial approach of Vega in the strong team fight, or take the fight somehow to Vega and pick off maybe some of those big team fighters first.
The problem with the Void right now is that you can't fight when the ult is on cooldown, and when it is, you don't flash farm, you don't have any items to flash farm with. Until like level 30, you don't deal serious damage. Until you get like Manta and Diffusal, you're not that strong.
He definitely requires a bit of a build-up. Tamaman is going to just have to grind his way that direction as fast as possible, because again, the offense potential of Liquid isn't very potent at the moment. It's more gimmicky, you know, Sunstrikes and Chronos. It's really the best they have to offer until this Invoker comes online further. As you mentioned, the Faceless Void comes online further, and we get that Slardar Blink Dagger good to go.
Illusion.
But Liquid feel like they can take another fight. Chrono is up and ready to go, but it does look like we are having a bit of lags on the side of Liquid.
This is looking really, really bad for Team Liquid. I mean, Sand King just picked up Aegis, Blink Dagger, and there's a Warlock with ulti ready, and look at their positioning.
I see them. They're actually sitting at their chairs right now, Lacoste.
Yeah.
At their computers.
Oh,
As you
nice.
can see by their positioning, they're still there ready to play. But no, like you were talking, we can't see the game right now, but like you're saying, even though it feels good for Liquid and they're like, got it, we got Chrono, smoked up, let's make action happen bottom lane. It's the Vega, they're currently waiting within those trees with these huge team fight ultis. They might be baiting in Liquid for a bad fight. We'll see if that's going to happen or not. The game is back underway, so let's get into it. Go! Cut into the game. Here we go!
We are going from behind, wrap around Liquid.
Ooh, they spot him out now. Moonlight Shadow. If they don't have the detection, and it doesn't seem like they do, they're just going to have to bail out.
Middle tower is under attack.
And already Metamorph here for Aloha Dance. He begins to grind away in the tier 1. It looks like Liquid has totally other plans. They're just going to shift completely over to the mid lane. But look who's already going to be there here. It's going to be Vega shifting in. Burrow Strike with the epicenter does some mild damage, but the follow-up uppercut's going to be there. Miracle still holding on, but Tamaman in the meantime gets a good Chrono lockdown afterlife and will help him get the finish. Meanwhile, they will also take down Seoma. Vega sent over a couple of support members to that mid lane to take a fight, but they're kind of outnumbered and can't offer enough to get the finish on the Invoker.
Well, they can't rotate with TPs with 4 heroes. It's going to last forever on the TP there, so kind of a risky play. But it's good for Liquid. I mean, they got some kills. Who got the kill? Miracle got one. Tumperman got one. Also, Tumperman getting close to that Lincoln Sphere, so Sand King can't stun him, and Terrorblade can't use Sunder.
So I suppose at this point, Vega will just wait for the two come back to life and then take a fight. I mean, you have your Blink Sand King still available. It's not your, debut that you were hoping to get, but that with a rock, I imagine Liquid are comfortable taking a fight, knowing also the Chrono is going to be on cooldown. This is a good window of opportunity for him.
Yeah, but also meta is down, and there's no epi, so I guess they'll just wait for that as well. Also, GH working towards that Blink Dagger. Doesn't look too happy. Maybe it's about the lags, not about his Blink Dagger timing.
Yeah, he looks like he has about 1,300 gold. Closer than he's ever been, but still a bit laggy. I we can't cast together anymore, I think is what it is. Every time we cast together,
There's some kind of
there's
problems.
delays and lags and stuff. I went the whole last series with Ben, problems at all, but suddenly these Liquid guys show up and it's lag.
Well, at least my PC is still working. That's good.
That's good. That's good. Liquid. Do you think he'll be? Do you think Miracle will be the first 10K MMR player?
We talked about it yesterday. I didn't know mid one is around 9.5K.
Oh,
So
yeah, that's right.
Seems like he's trying hard to get there.
He's playing all the pubs while all the pro players are over here playing in the LAN. So he's trying.
He has enough time at home.
Yeah, quickly hopping into the pubs at home and trying to grind his way up to 10K as fast as possible.
Well, all the good players are pretty much here, so it's easier to play with lower MMR
Yeah,
players.
I don't know who EG or OG are, but these are the best players on the planet. Too easy for Vega. Fortunately, Vega are going to be waiting like the rest of us here before they get back into game action. What else has been happening here? You still have access inside the game, so let's.
Nothing changed. I mean, the pause is lasting for like 3-4 minutes. I said everything I had to say.
Oh, so
Let's
just say nothing.
Yeah, let's just say nothing. Let's focus on Team Liquid's logo. What do you think about that logo?
It's a horse, which is traditional. I mean,
If they had to put a song to that logo, give me one song.
Look at my
horse. My horse is amazing.
Why Liquid with a horse, though? You know, you don't really think about Liquid and horses unless you're thinking about glue.
I don't know.
I don't know. What about, okay, if we're gonna talk about the Liquid logo, I guess we gotta talk
Maybe
about
that's
the Vega
lemonade.
logo.
That's the lemonade liquid. Who knows?
Lemonade Liquid. Oh, okay. Oh, you're going back to the song again. What about Vega? They got, I think, a shark, right?
Yeah. It's sharks versus horses.
I think a shark.
Shark should kill the horse.
Yeah,
if in water.
If in water, but why would a horse be in water?
Just, I don't know. Do you ever watch National Geographic? Like a horse
God,
needs
they
to
love
drink
Miracle
water.
here. Look how much they love Miracle. They have like characters. He looks like a little emperor there.
What is that? What is this?
That's the emperor outfit or whatever. And then they have him as a Slark. Apparently, if you're the first guy to get 9K, you're just world famous. Chinese scene loves him to death. Death.
Yeah, I love this sign.
Yeah, it's
what
cute.
it says.
I have no idea. I can't read those signs. I'm sure they're in for a treat, though, to get a front row seat to see a Miracle Invoker. It's good value. All right, so if you're just tuning in, which I know the hour is quite ungodly for a lot of people out there, but if you are part of the late night or early morning fiending session, and you're just tuning in, we are on the final series of Day 2 action here for Starlighter I-League. And this is what you may call the upper bracket final of Group B. Earlier today, we got to witness Liquid taking down Faceless. That was a 2-0, right?
Yeah.
And then we got to see Vega take down Newbie, which is,
2-0.
I would say that was obviously much more surprising. And now we find these two teams squaring off, and what is their winter bracket final, and we're at a pause. There was a bit of lags, and apparently it's escalated to the next level at the point where the players have their headsets off, the staff are on the stage, and yeah. Dude, this seriously always happens to us. Like, what the hell?
We have a lot of problems. I
Day
mean, I
one,
have problems
you know,
at home. I don't need them at work.
Yeah, you're just walking and you just bring problems wherever you go. Like, you know, even day one, like the first series was like super smooth, and then we got on the cast, and we had
Then
to
everything
pander
went
for an hour as there was like people hopping into Ventrilo servers and such. And then it goes smooth after that. Today, first two series, smooth. Now, I'm seeing headsets back on the players here, so we might be getting a bit closer to the action. So after today, because this is going to be our final series, we're going to be moving into the lower bracket of those groups on the teams who came up just a bit short in some of their series. I don't know the order of what we're going to be seeing, but we're going to be seeing what? Alliance
versus...
It was Alliance, and then the other team that lost was... What again, Lacoste?
You should have the info.
I should.
Yeah.
But I don't have access to a computer. There's a screen in front of me, but I can't control it. I don't know why I can't even think off the top of my head.
Don't ask me these hard questions.
It wasn't IG, was it? IG won. Right?
IG won.
Did they win?
No, they lost against TNC 2-0.
So it's Alliance and IG.
Should be. Yeah.
Okay. Glad we got that settled.
Tell me more about those prison documentaries.
Oh
you
no,
watched.
no.
No?
I don't know. I thought they were a bit inspiring.
Inspiring?
Not inspiring. I think that was probably the worst word I could have used for a prison documentary, but it was very interesting because I'm never going to go to a prison, right?
Why?
I'm an angel.
Do you think that people that are in a prison think like, wow, next month I'll be in a prison?
Yeah, that's a good point, I guess. I think if I go to prison now, I know what I'm in for. So maybe watching those documentaries, I want to be a good boy.
It's gonna be a shower, but not the shrine shower like in Dota. Drop the soap.
Yeah, this is a shrine that you don't want to be close to a lot of buddies. Anyway, let's step away from prison talk. Dota and prison just do not go hand in hand. No one here has the willpower to even commit a crime, unless it's a cyber crime. And that is beating ass of your opponent.
Oh. Yeah, pretty much we said everything about the game.
Well, you know, I mean, we could remind everyone what's happening in the game, I guess, if they're just tuning in, but it's 9-8, advantage for Vega slightly. They just rotated to the mid lane, a bit short on their gank approach to Liquid. I'm seeing their headsets on, so I'm assuming we're going to be going any moment here. And Vega have ultis good to go, so probably going to be thirsty for a fight.
Yeah, Vega doesn't have everything ready. Maybe
They're pinging and testing the lag, it looks like a bit.
Maybe you think it's because of the pause, they're not ready. Metamorphosis is not ready. Sanking ulti is not ready. Seems like you and me are ready.
Alright, so one person made the chat wheel sound, so everybody has to now.
They should definitely add more of those sounds.
I said earlier that I think Merlini's nice should be added. It's like all he says. Nice. And it already fits with the wheel because it already is nice. Anything you would like to see?
Maybe more of this, like crybabies,
More
more drama related.
More drama. People are
I don't know, like feeling thirsty.
Patience from zone.
Something like that.
thirsty.
Yeah.
That. I wonder if they're going to end up keeping those chat wheel sounds around. A lot of people love them, enjoying them, and certainly we're throwing their money to be able to hold on to them. Valve did say they are seasonal, so I'm curious if that means they're going to change them up every battle pass, or decide to keep it permanent. They should. I'm telling you, I need to start coming up with a saying. You know, tickle my pickle. Something that could be hopefully one day put into a chat wheel. I don't have sayings. I just say dumb shit.
Are you gonna buy enough battle points, battle levels for Io or Kana?
I mean, you kind of have to at this point. They put
Do you even
so
play
much.
the hero?
Oh, it's my highest win rate.
Wow!
You're kidding, right?
No, go check my Dota buff. 60% win rate. It's not a high win rate, but it is. I haven't played it much in a while because if
Patience
you're
from
playing
zone.
Wisp into pubs, especially solo, then you are going to be asking for trouble here. Are you actually trying to find me and looking it up?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm online at the moment. I like Wisp a lot. I'll probably get it, but I am going to have to shell out the money for it. Oh, good job. Now you don't have a computer anymore.
Wow!
And I'm back.
All right, so currently staff at attendance to G. G's got problems. Before the lag was actually on Liquid's end, but apparently the problem has spread over to Vega's side now. They're going to try their best to resolve it. Ah, okay, so
Again, the same guy from yesterday.
It's not the
coughing in his
same
TeamSpeak.
guy. All right, production just let me know that there is sound problems. They didn't say that there's a dude in the ventrilo causing chaos. Sounds like it's just unfortunately, what I was hearing before is like there's like some sort of weird little delay issue.
Wow!
Something I'm sure will be sorted momentarily, but as we all know, voice communication among rather critical.
Wow!
This is a problem that will require some attention to get resolved. We did start today a little bit late, but you know, both of those series were 2-0s. We're kind of back on schedule, maybe even slightly ahead, so we're just balancing everything out, really. We're giving everybody the full scheduled time that they signed up for.
Gotta keep it to the schedule.
Do you think G needs to do something about his hair?
Wow!
Do you think he needs to do something about how he looks?
yeah,
Or do you think that this is working for him? That's what I want to know, because...
First thing when I saw him, I was like, is that the same guy I know?
Or is that a homeless man?
Yeah.
Who plays good Dota?
I didn't want to say it, but you read my mind. I don't know, it seems like I feel like he saw a lot of things. You know, that
He looks like he saw a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. They definitely... Because they took those pictures, and we even saw it, if you see it, in the intro montage to Star Ladder, where all the players are like in the lights, like, you know, doing the typical, you cross my arms, let me look up, there's my fist, you know? But I noticed that they also had the hairdressers like working on the players, like prepping them up for the shots. So G must have been like, I'm good.
this is my new look.
This
Don't
is good.
touch me.
I'm good with this. Don't. Because I'm going for the homeless serial killer kind of a thing, because that's what I want to do in the game. I'm a killer in the game.
Well, he showed what kind of a killer he is in the previous game on
Yeah.
Dragon.
Yeah. G's a great guy. He's super funny. Super cool guy.
He talks so fast, and he's actually really, really cool. I played
Yeah.
on a team with him.
Oh, you
For
did?
not that long. It was
Man, you've played with everybody.
yeah, it was long ago.
You're like the
but
Kevin Bacon of Dota, probably.
I love G, man.
You love
He
G then?
has such a good insight of the game.
Yeah. Is he, or was he at the time, like a shot caller for the team at all?
And he wasn't, but he's the guy that talks a lot. So in that short time, I had a lot to learn from him, actually.
And he played mid lane then as well?
Yeah.
We were saying, Ben and I were, that, you know, he's one of those players that stuck around with that one role at one lane, it feels like, since the start of when he's played this game. He's like, mid lane's my home, that's where I've been. He's not like, you know, Silent here, who's like, I've been support, and I've been carry, and I've been support, and everyone's like dancing around different lanes. Even Miracle, you know, has been trading off that mid lane position quite a bit with GH, depending on the hero that's necessary. Not G.
Would you have balls to switch G to another position, considering of his new look?
No, I would not
It's
go up to the man.
It's easier to say to Silent, okay, listen, if it's not going to be a problem, could you please switch back to
Sounds
support?
like, yeah, of course, no problem. And there's Afterlife, who has been a welcoming addition to the team. Really, it's unfortunate for Vega because they lost Mag. Mag's amazing, another fantastic guy. But he is going on a new adventure. For some of you who don't maybe know, he's now a part of Mineski?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Is it Mineski?
Yeah.
Or Mineski?
Fineski. Is it
Fineski?
Fnatic and Mineski combined into one organization.
It's definitely Mineski. It's definitely Mineski. And I'm excited for Mineski because they just obtained a really, really, really good offlaner. And I believe that team also does speak English the same way that TNC does. And I know Mag does speak English too. He's already stood in for plenty of other teams. And I'm excited about that team. Why are we talking about G? Oh, because he used to be on Vega.
Yes. We're talking about Mag, not on G. So, yeah, Mag, one of the players that actually went to another region. That's not what we see quite often. There's a Demon. There is... oh, we got the game going.
Shut up about Demon. We got a game. All right, folks. It's been a bit of a while. We took a, what felt like, 20-minute intermission, and we got to get back into action now. It looks like our problems have been resolved, and we'll get at it here. So, recently, it was Vega who lost their support and their Sand King in the mid lane where they did an attempted rotation to try to get the jump onto Miracle. Unfortunately, they fell a bit flat. And before that, we're hoping for a good potential counterfight in the bottom lane. They have the Rock and all those big team fight ultis good to go, but Liquid were able to kind of evade that a bit and step back to the jungle and step back to the grinded farm.
That is correct. Terrorblade, let's check the network graph. He's sitting on second of CS and third network. He's gonna go for that classic Manta style build, so he can dodge things, slaughter, ulti, stun, whatever, time dilation. G's getting really close to his Aghanim.
Radiant structures are
That is a
fortified.
huge pickup. It seriously amplifies his damage output. It even gives him some good solo kill potential too.
Yeah, he can take down
Radiant's
Dazzle
bottom
really
tower
easily,
has
even
fallen.
Slardar.
Slardar has got to be getting closer to his Blink Dagger as well. How far along is he? He's got about 2K
400.
gold, so yeah, he's 400 or so away, picking up that blink. Probably something I imagine Liquid are holding out
Dire's
for at the
top
moment.
tower is under attack.
Lots of huge extra potential to pair with that Sunstrike. At the moment, it's a good connection onto G. Vega are coming and pressuring through this top lane. They are going to be doing it without their Terrorblade, who's currently residing at the bottom, but the second they see people rotating over, they go for the immediate burst onto Kuro, and they're going to get him down before a grave could be seen. Miracle, though, going on to G, easily takes him down, locking him into place with the help of that freezing field, and now a wall fall is going to be there as they try to get a catch onto Afterlife. Him and Silence stuck between sides. They can't get any additional things off, and it's going to be Liquid running ransack right through the Vega side, and they will take down 3.
So Vega should not try to fight without Terrorblade there. I mean, it's just insane to even try to go for it. Now they give away Blink Dagger to Slaughter, some even more gold. There it is, 19-minute Aghanim Scepter on Invoker, plus extra 1k gold. Plus they still have Faithful Void ulti, so they can't fight into that. Doo-doo-doo, says Kuroki, it's time for Roche.
Yep, I think that is easy to translate. Liquid are all in for this Roche, and they will get it. Things are going to get scary here from Vega. They had a huge power peak at the early part of this game, and were totally taking advantage of it. But now with all these items coming online, with the Agnums you mentioned, the Blink Dagger on Slardar, Liquid are really starting to mature up into a strong lineup here, and things can get concerning for Vega. I mean, Vega still have that super ridiculous strong potential of a team fight. Rock, Fatal Bonds, Agnum, Starfall here, but those opportunities are not really presenting themselves at the moment.
They need to find an opening, maybe even buy a smoke or try to go with the bottom ulti.
I think that may be happening right now. Sports might have just been able to pick up a smoke, but they get the initial jump onto G right now, and they committed with a nice 2-man stun. Moonlight Shadow also committed this, but that's when GH steps in. He does get, I think, Dust Connection on the one, but he already had the amp damage onto G. Oh, they get an Afterlife, it looks like. Actually, with a Sunstrike, they drop the Crow, the Rock's there, a vacuum pullback onto the wall, and frantic Afterlife tries to make it back out. But Tamaman looking to commit it with a chase, but gets with a snowball, and the Walrus Punch. Still gonna be fine here. Him and the right click and the Iron Shell. Nice shard block, but he hops right over it. Meanwhile, it is gonna be GH catching with Sayoma. There is a an epicenter on the other side, but they can't quite find the finish at all. No one from Liquid could be going down from this.
Yeah, even Aegis is still up on Invoker. Right now, Vega can't really fight into that. They just need to continue farming on that Terrorblade and hope for the best. Try to get a pick-off with a maybe next smoke with the Sank again bottom.
Would begin to knock onto the tier 2 here. Jump in Burrow, but only a little bit of footsie play here. No hard commitments from Vega at the moment. They already dropped down those big ultis in the previous exchange, so Liquid are still rearing in good fighting shape and don't have much to fear from Vega at the moment.
Void can be more aggressive right now, more cocky, just go win with Time Walk. Liquid Sphere is finished. Sanking can stun him, doesn't have another item to cancel the Liquid Sphere. Also, you can use it to juke Terrorblade Sunder as well.
That link is going to come super handy. And like you mentioned, if they don't have a way to pop it, definitely going to be troublesome here.
Big problem for Vega is the time dilation. They have a big ultis, Epi, Rock, and the bottom ulti. But when bottom ulti is on cooldown, Void slows her so much. Imagine if she uses 1 or 2 spells on top of that.
Yeah, I believe that time dilation was also buffed in 7.06 as well. Oh, Blink out before the damage is there. Sunstrike is not going to be on its mark, but they are able to spot out where Afterlife is. They're even going to commit in with the wall too, and just slowly able to right-click him down. GH will get the last hit. They grieves and they keep on trucking right down this bottom lane.
I'm not sure wall was needed there, but alrighty.
It was almost the tombstone put down for Sand King ahead of time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
G's talent tree looks +8 agility, +30 attack speed. He wants to have a late game secured as well.
All right, they make their move for GH and they will get it. Hoping to look for more. The shards will not grab a hold. The Kuro, but they're still looking to take a fight. There's the Metamorph. First swing, gets the bash. They come in with a Chrono and a Sunstrike, and they're going to be able to burst apart the Terrorblade before he can get anything off. And now it's Liquid's approach. Sayoma and Silent and G are trying to frantically make it back inside. They will be forced to drop down the rock for a bit of a counter fight here. Commitment in and back as Battleman will shrug off the damage. The epicenter doing a lot of work onto Kuro, but he's able to get the grave off and survive and makes the space away. Trouble now for Vega as Liquid could swing into later rounds and turn it right back over.
That's
and
low.
it looks like it will be. G can barely able to make it away. The Dilation just running and doing work through Vega's team, and it could end up turning into a bit of a 5-man wipe if they get a hold of Sayoma. Liquid want it, and they may get it. No. Looks like Sayoma will survive, but so much damage had been done.
Vega can't even take Aegis out of Invoker. With that slow from time dilation, they really can't fight into that. And with the Guardian Greaves plus initiation from Slardar, it's really hard to fight into. And the Void is not touched in those fights. He's just running around with Iron Shell on, just using Time Walk and trying to bash people's heads.
Yeah, right now he feels super sturdy and not threatened at all. And things are only going to coast and get better for him moving forward once he's actually able to bring in some right-click damage on top of it too. But this is now going to be becoming the Invoker show soon, I would imagine. How's this build-up going on that Invoker? Probably getting closer and closer.
Blink Dagger.
Yeah, he's got the Ags already. The BOTs is done. Slotted up and going to be looking to pick up his own Lincolns, it would look like. Invoker is seriously evolving at a pretty scary pace. And putting himself quite a bit ahead of where the Terrorblade is right now. What can Vega fall back on? We already have talked plenty about how they have all these great wombo combo ultis, but is that all they got? What else can they work with?
Terrorblade has 10k net worth, only 2 below Invoker, but he can't really do much in those fights. He needs to get more items.
Whoa. A movement from GH is going to find the first connection onto G, but they're still hiding under the dark of the Moonlight Shadow here. Sayoma makes the roll on forward, and Waller's punch is there for Kuro, but he gets quickly surrounded. An approach that Vega are not satisfied with. Liquid frantic to catch anyone. If Vega don't make it away, this could be really unfortunate for him, and it looks like the Warlock is going to be the next one to suffer. Good lead in, and GH again setting up a lot of these plays too. He was able to scout out. Oh, the Courier goes down too. He was able to scout out where Vega were initially, and Vega were just not comfortable with it at all.
Terrorblade doesn't provide that much of a damage right now, so if they want to get back into the game, they should just continue farming and step away from the fights.
Vega pull off for now and send Aloha down to the top lane to work from there, but he could find himself into trouble soon too, because already coming in is going to be the Invoker. Meanwhile, mid lane, it's Vega trying to go the offensive, and Mind Control's like, see you later. Surges up and walks on out. Up and above though, that's when Miracle looks to strike. Can they take down this Terrorblade? He's able to manta off and get the Sunder onto GH, but it's still not over yet. He actually commits the Metamorphosis and ends up going down. He can't even get the finish of GH, and it's now godlike for Miracle. Burrow away, and they can't catch anything.
This looks like a total disaster for Vega in game number 1. 11k net worth lead for Liquid, and they're not stopping.
Sayoma, I don't think he's going to be getting away at all. This turns to another pick, and it's another kill for Miracle. And coming into this tournament, at least in the past meta, anytime you played Liquid, you always had to ban Wisp Invoker as your one. Is one game, but is that going to turn back into a trend again, you think?
Yeah, they should probably ban Invoker in the second game if they want to win.
Oh, Tornado, Meatball, Deafening Blast. He's trying to heal himself, but he's gone. Godlike, somebody kill him. Nobody can. It's funny because Liquid started out their tournament run without even considering the Invoker at all. It wasn't banned, it wasn't picked. Maybe they got inspired by the Invoker they saw in the previous series. And we're like, hey, I guess Invoker can work, and if he can't work, I want to play him. Of course, just theory crafting on that one, but it is looking pretty damn swell here for him. And Liquid as a team are now going to be pushing down this mid lane up to the high ground, and they get tier 3 all the way down past half of its life. We're concerned if Vega have any sort of answer here. Imagine the Metamorph is still going to be on cooldown. Now they're going to make their move. There's the wall drop. G leaps out.
And they can just continue doing this, slowly chopping. They have a Grave, they have Solar Crest, they have Alacrity, pretty much everything what they need. They have a Greaves and a Pipe if they decide to go on the Thumbaman.
There's just too much waiting behind them there, ready to go, and they could just freely continue to have Matamaman sieging away. Tornado from the side.
Tower has fallen.
Just Miracle. He's trying to get a quick snipe on his one support. Will not find the catch. Liquid will take their tier 3, and that means that they can do shrines. So they promptly jump away to do so. Vega pop their smoke and look to go on the offensive. There's not much for them available to do, but if they need a time to be able to take a good fight, it's now or never.
Thumbaman popping the smoke, double man Chrono.
Hi, how's it going? Welcome to the bubble. Drops a Chrono right on top of their heads. Perfect for Miracle to just hit it home with the rock. So that means there's going to be no rock drop from the Warlock on this one. They've already lost 2. Tornadoes flying forward. Sayoma and Afterlife trapped within the mix, but they've already put their focus onto Aloha Dance, who could be dropping next, and it looks like that could be the case. He's able to turn around and get the Sunder off on the Mind Control, but Mind Control gets hit with the Grave, and Vega know that this one's over, and indeed it was do or die, and it is die for Vega.
Well,
Liquid, they look good.
They look good, man. All 3 games, really dominant, really one-sided games, 30-minute games, even 20-minute game at Bristleborg.
If you count the pause, it was longer than 30 minutes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you have that. But no, that's scary. Miracle gets his Invoker back, and he looked just as... follow with it.
We say
Yeah, G just using Arrow for a range creep, so he can push out the wave, have the control of the lane as well, and get some extra gold from it.
Yeah, this is, I guess, a nice thing. It's going to chew through a bit of mana, but he gets the secured range creep takedown, and then he can always just casually, you know, throw the arrow out on the side, maybe, and get the neutral camp nearby. It does spawn every minute now. Maybe there will be some jungle farming, flash farming potential for this Mirana later on. Do you suppose the build-up's generally still the same thing? Prioritize getting that Ags at some point so you can get the double star fall?
Yeah, definitely. They have a good setup once Sankin gets a Blink Dagger and with a Snowball. So I guess Aghanim Scepter should do fine.
They can get the heavy burst power.
Yeah, but maybe with the extra 3 damage, turn into damage dealer. I mean, the talents for Mirana allows you to be magic damage dealer or just right clicker.
Yeah.
Top lane.
Yeah, this Kuro potentially going to get trapped within these shards. Nice to set up from Sayoma, but he's going to go for the Grave, TP out, and there's no way to stop him. The Burrow already committed. He's going to be able to make it away. Vega still going to be searching for that first kill. Just kind of work with full camp here and try to take that extra bit away from Tamaman if possible.
Yeah, with Tusk being on top lane, Darkseer can be
We'll see though if that case does change. Maybe later on we will see the true reason why a Faceless Void had to be the pick here now. Early head start as Sayoma, just like we saw in the previous series, is going to be, you know, giving a little bit of extra loving with G in the mid lane, helping him out a bit to ensure that mid lane. Miracle on his very famous Invoker here. Invoker in 7.06 has been a bit, you know, suspect by a lot. People not thinking it's going to be as hot of a pickup as it used to be, but you know, if Miracle can find his way through the early part of this game, he could develop into quite the beast later on in this Invoker.
Yeah, he's known for his Invoker plays. I think this game Invoker will do good. There's not much to shut him down. He doesn't feel that much threatened from Tusk.
We have the Metamorph out as they try to bump back Mind Control as much as possible, but this Darkseer has been able to get already those first few levels. He's short on mana now, but he'll typically have that sprint, or surge rather, to be able to bail away from potential trouble. The problem is that you don't have that shrine to kind of fall back on anymore.
Shrine, though.
And there's a ward there too, actually.
Maybe he's going for a region rune. Oh, snap.
Silence stalking him right now, and the rune is actually top invis. Mind control. Oh god, Sailma's here too.
Tusk, some good shards and snowball. Maybe they can get some good gangs on Invoker, but I mean, Warlock is not that mobile though.
I wonder though, consider the value of the Terrorblade. This is something that obviously Vega have a lot of value for. I mean, now even picking it up in the first phase, there's got to be a little bit of excitement, especially if you're a Vega fan, that they get this hero finally in their hands. So I'm hoping to see a big performance by him because I've only been hearing a lot about it. And I'm also anxious to see the Matama Man safe lane Void. As Cap was saying, we've been seeing a couple of Eastern teams pick it up. We got to personally witness like Team NP go for it. They didn't find too much success. But Matama Man here, what do you think? Do you think that this could be a successful Faceless Void safe lane game? And what does make a successful safe lane game for Faceless Void?
I guess a free farming on a lane.
I mean, that's always great.
That's amazing. Like, this is a whole...
But, he's just got all those great tools like the Time Walk. So any sort of offense the opposing offlaner puts on, he just shrugs it off.
Yeah, they don't have much to control it besides tanking and Tusk, but that's pretty much it. They can make some good Sunstrike combos, make him combo with Chronosphere, but that's pretty much it. I don't see anything else than that. It could have been any other hero though. Lone on the bottom, just continue to farm up because they really can't kill him with just the Warlock and Terrorblade. There's no stun.
Looks like Afterlife is going to be able to work with a good camp on the side here. He's got that early point in the Sandstorm as well, which we've been seeing lately. Burst through that, trying to get up towards that level 6. He's going to be the real initiator for his team. Could help amplify the team quite a bit. Later on, looking for Eppies and rocks from the Vega side. Do bring a serious amount of team fight here. Obviously going to be putting in the mileage in this early game. With the benefit of that Iron Shell, he can make an impact really anywhere. But pressure on mid lane now. Sailma makes his return. They get the shard block, he turns the corner, and then he goes into the Ghost Walk, and it looks like no detection is available to him, so
when you're ganking an Invoker like that, he has points in ultra skill, so he can invoke Ghost Walk. You need to be ready for that.
Sailma, I would imagine, will be pocketing up some dust, a sentry on hand or something moving forward, if at least he plans on approaching Miracle again in the future. He'll take his leave and head up towards the top lane, but Liquid did have a pretty good ward down towards that Shrine side in Vegas, so they can always see those rotations between Sailma heading to the top lane and back towards the mid again.
On top of Afterlife, having the time of his life.
He's just trying to find a way back to where he feels it's safe, and the support crew here from Vega are just stalking him, forcing him way out of the lane so his Terrorblade can just spread his full wings.
A nice reading from Mind Control, just juking that shards. Also interesting build on Afterlife though, we didn't mention it. He went for Sandstorm, level 1, because they didn't have any sentries, so he got an extra level just from the creep wave.
Uh-oh, mid lane. Sunstrike actually connects, and GH helps set it up. Leads in with a good crush and helps get the smackdown there. GH will pick up the first blood for Liquid. Takedown on that Mirana.
Yeah, with the boots of speed on Invoker right now, he can just easily dodge those shards and arrows from Mirana. Mirana's gonna have a hard time. He went for Ring of Aquila. There's not gonna be a shrine for the next 2 minutes, so no region for it.
Sailma's gonna have to be parked here defensively for the Mirana, but it becomes a little bit easier. But even then, with GH on the other side, it never feels that easy. GH does eat a little bit of harassment and has to run out the other way. But he had already made that impact that was necessary here. Checking out the last hit game right now. Terrorblade up at the top 20 with 11 denies to his name. And while he already got brought down, he's still hanging with Miracle as best as he can, and he's got a decent amount of denies